Hello and welcome to the end of 2020, finally. First off, I want to say sorry for how this eye looks. I'm coming back from an eye infection. It was actually more disgusting and more horrible than it looks now, believe it or not. And I was just debating whether to make this video or not, but I had to because I asked some of my followers and some of the people that follow me on social media what has been the highlight of this year, and I had to make the video for them. So I hope you like it. But again, sorry, you had to look at this, but I've had to look at it for the last 5 or 6 days. So whatever. Let's get into the video. Wow, what a year it's been. There's been lots happening, so let's get straight into it. So one of the first big things that happened this year was the world was literally on fire. In Australia and in California, wildfires spread throughout the area, burning millions and millions of acres of land. Sporting events from football to the Olympics to Formula One were either postponed or cancelled because of the coronavirus. I suppose I should mention Brexit. Does anyone really know what's going on? No? Okay, moving on. Numerous prominent and talented individuals passed away this year. David Prowse, Barbara Windsor, Chadwick Boseman, Kobe Bryant, Diego Maradona and Sean Connery all passed away this year, just to name a few. A massive explosion happened on August the 4th in Beirut. The accidental detonation of 2,750 tonnes of ammonium nitrate caused an explosion which killed over 190 people and thousands were injured. And a little thing called COVID-19. Not sure if you've heard of it. And let's have a look at the positives. Trump got beaten in the presidential election back in November, meaning Joe Biden and running mate Kamala Harris will be the new Vice President and President of the United States come January the 20th. Speaking of Kamala Harris, she will become the first Indian American Vice President of the United States. SpaceX, owned by Elon Musk, launched astronauts into space for the first time, which was an amazing achievement. A monolith, I have no idea what that was till I was doing research for this video, kept appearing, disappearing and then reappearing again all around the world. I think it first appeared in Utah in America, and then it came up in Europe a couple of times. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but that happened this year. People went crazy for Tiger King, The Queen's Gambit and The Last Dance on Netflix. Scotland became the first country to offer free period products for all. I've put this in the positive section of the video, not because of what happened, but what happened afterwards. Mr. George Floyd was brutally murdered by police officers in Minneapolis. This murder caused protest calling for equality and diversity and the Black Lives Movement. A vaccine for COVID-19 has been found by the brilliant scientists of the world, and it's currently being rolled out as we speak. And Nigella Lawson told us how to say microwave. I always thought it was microwave, but apparently I'm wrong. Microwave. Yeah, let's go with that. Moving on with what happened to me personally this year. I graduated university, which is an amazing achievement in itself, but I was a bit upset with the grade. And the reason I was upset with the grade is because throughout second year, I was getting a low 2-2 and a third. And at the end of my second year, I discovered, with the help of my lecturer and the university, I discovered that I was dyslexic. So throughout third year, I was getting the help and I was getting the support that I needed to help with my dyslexia. And my grades started shooting up to a first. But because the grades in the second year were so low, I came out overall with a 2-1. So when I did get that grade, I was gutted and I was a bit miffed about why I got a 2-1, because I was aiming for a first. But I came to realise with the help and support of my family and friends that a 2-1 is a great grade, and I am really happy and I'm glad I graduated. And we're going to have the graduation ceremony in April because of the coronavirus postponed it, which was meant to be in July this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing all my course mates and all my lecturers again and going back to campus. So that was a massive, massive positive for me. I also got a show on BBC Radio Lancashire, which has been a dream of mine. The show was absolutely amazing. The red light going on was just a massive, massive buzz for me. I was meant to have a second show on the station, but unfortunately the country went into the first lockdown back in March. So I am still waiting to do that second show, whenever that may be. But whenever it is, I'll be ready, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone at the station again. I also started a media production business, and I launched 2 podcasts. The first podcast is with a good friend of mine, Chris Coughlin from BBC Radio Merseyside, where we just talk about football, which is a passion of mine and his. And the other podcast is called the Beans Media Diary. Go and check it out if you haven't. And there I interview guests who come from different range of backgrounds. I've had people from the BBC, I've had people from BT Sport, I've had an estate agent, I've had a physiotherapist, I've had a professional boxer, I've had a wide range of people. So please go and check it out if you haven't done so already. And I think that's a positive, because without the lockdown, I would never have met or reconnected with some of the people I interviewed. So I'm still going on, and I'm still looking forward to what 2021 has in store. So with all of my videos, I want to focus on you, the audience. And a couple of days ago, I reached out and asked you guys what was the positives and what you learned from 2020. And this is just some of the things that some of the followers and some of the people said in what their positives and takeaways are from this year. Yes, yes, and yes, chappers. Could not agree with this more. 110% Johnny. I think this comes down to just being comfortable in your own skin and just loving your own company, which I think is massive considering what you said, being in lockdown. Great advice and well said there, Zoe. I think the only competition needs to be yourself and who you was yesterday. So I think that's really, really, really good advice. I heard Bitcoin is doing really, really well. I only got into investing myself in the summer, and I'm seeing really, really small returns. So this is something I want to carry on into 2021 and further. Yes, Alison, definitely. I think you've got to look after yourself, because if you can't look after yourself, then you can't look after other people. You can't pour from a glass that's empty. So 100% agree with this, Alison. That was your highlight of 2020. Let me give a quick backstory to this. So because I've been self-isolating and because I've been in lockdown, I've not seen anyone new apart from my family. So I went down with Kat to help her move from Brighton to Milton Keynes. And when we were there that weekend, we had a couple of drinks, and I think I had a little bit too much to drink. I think that's fair to say. And it was the next day, so I was hanging, absolutely hanging. And we were driving to the pier or the seafront in Brighton, and her friend was in the passenger seat, who I just met 5 minutes before, and Kat was driving obviously in the driver's seat. I was sitting in the back, and I could feel myself wanting to throw up. And because I just met her friend, hello Rachel, if you're watching, I decided to throw up in my mouth and then swallow it, which is such a disgusting, horrible thing to do. But I didn't know I could do that. So I am going to stick that on my CV as the most disgusting thing I've ever done. So cheers, Kat, for bringing that up. I didn't quite understand what this meant, so I messaged him yesterday just to find out what he meant. And he said it's just leaving scientists to do scientist things. And he also said what they're doing with the vaccine is absolutely outstanding, which I 110% agree. Yes, Titch, it is a massive, massive leap, and it's a hard thing to do to start a business, but from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing on social media, you're absolutely smashing it. So well done to you, Titch. This is very deep, Howard. What is meant to be will be, and everyone's in the right stage of their life. Just carry on working hard, and what will happen will happen. I'm a massive, massive believer in that. So yeah, I love this. This is really cool. Definitely one of the highlights of my season, and it's gutting the fans who couldn't be in the stadium to watch the team lift the trophy. And you can definitely tell you're Scouse by saying "la" at the end. I miss being in the north because I've recently just moved down to the south. I miss people saying "la" and I miss people saying "scran." So hopefully I can come back to the north very, very, very soon. And that's it. That is your recap of what's happened in the last 12 months. Personally, for me, it's been a really, really tough year, but I'm like one of the lucky ones. I've got food in my belly, I've got amazing family and friends, and I've got that over my head. I'm looking forward to what's coming up in the next 12 months. I'm content, but I'm always striving for more. Here's to a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2021. Bains out.